Hello everyone, welcome to Indo-Raptor Productions, where today, you already know what we're doing. We're reviewing Amber Collection Owen Grady. So before we get into him, let's get the packaging. Um, so yeah, standard Amber Collection packaging. You got an Amber Collection at the top, Amber Collection logo, Owen Grady, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, because this is his Fallen Kingdom look. Would be really nice to get a Jurassic World Owen Grady, but yeah, Mattel logo down here, some amber cracks, and this is where you would, of course, see the figure. More amber cracks, Jurassic World logo. You got the mosquito, some embossed dino fossils, and then Amber Collection again. At the top, just more amber cracks. And then on the back, you have Amber Collection, a little image of Owen, and then Owen Grady, Fallen Kingdom, JurassicWorld.com, 8+. So, yeah, it does seem like they changed the age like rating on these figures, because on the Amber Collection Ian box it says 14+, but on Owen here it's 8+. So yeah. And then he's got a little blurb right here, which I'll go ahead and read. While working as a trainer and researcher, Owen Grady becomes the alpha to a pack of velociraptors and develops a strong relation with the beta, Velociraptor Blue. When he learns that Blue's life is in danger on Isla Nublar, he travels back to the island to rescue her. But little does he know that she would later end up saving his life in return. Yeah. And of course, on the bottom, got a Universal Amber logo, and then this is over the barcode. So yeah. I got this off Amazon, so yeah. What can you do? If you don't have this figure already, then you're probably not gonna find it in stores, I would doubt, anyways. Actually, I don't even know if these figures came out in stores, Owen and Blue. But yeah. So let's get the stand out of the way. This is the exact same stand as the stand that came with Ian. Like down to the T. It's the same exact sculpt. It's molded in this really nice yellow amber color, and then you got, of course, got the Jurassic logo, and then yeah, and then this is also a place where you can store, extra hands or anything like that. But yeah, it's a nice little added accessory. So if you want to get them in a really dynamic pose, you can plug them in there, and he does have feels, of course. So you can just kind of plug them onto there, and get them into a fun pose. But yeah. So here is the figure. So what should I talk about first? Let's get into likeness, I guess. Now, as far as this figure looking like Chris Pratt goes, it's really an angle type thing. It's like with the 3¾ inch Owen figures. You really gotta get it at the right angle for it to look good. Like from a front view, it doesn't look terrible, but sorry about that. I had to go grab a drink. But yeah, the likeness, it looks alright. It doesn't look 100% like Chris Pratt, but I think that you can tell that it's supposed to be Chris Pratt. It looks like Chris Pratt, but it's not 100% match. I will say the stubble on him looks a lot better on this figure than the 3¾ inch one. You can't really tell. I mean, you can kind of see it. It looks more like a beard in the camera, though, but it is like a stubble. It looks really good. And they even, like, gave it a sort of texturing to it as well, which is pretty cool. So, yeah. Um, I guess we're in Sculpt now. Coca-Cola Zero. Yeah, it all looks really nice. The head looks, again, fine. It's a fairly nice, Chris Pratt likeness. Um, but then you got, stuff like, the pants look really nice. They look fine. The boots actually have some, like, texturing to them, you can see, which is quite nice. Ian Malcolm didn't have that. He even has, texturing on the bottom of his feet as well, which Ian Malcolm's shoes were just completely flat. Yeah, you can definitely tell that they improved quite a few things on Owen here. Also, it doesn't feel like the same plastic. It feels like they made this figure in a different plastic than Ian, because this figure feels so much like better quality than Ian. Like, this feels like it's worth, like 20, 25. Ian, I mean, I only paid like $8 for him, but he feels like he should have been $8 from the start. But yeah, you've even got like his knife back here, which is actually an accessory that you can take out, and they even painted the blade and everything. It looks really nice. We'll get back into that. But yeah, you got his knife holder right there, which is really nice. You can see that they even, well, you know what? First, let me just, yeah, that's another thing. Technically, he comes with another accessory, which is his vest, because you can take it off, which is really cool. Yeah, but you can take his vest off. Yeah, you can take his vest off, and we'll get into the vest afterwards. You can even see they gave him his little holder for like his clicker right there. That's supposed to be his clicker. You can't take it off, like it's not an accessory, which kind of sucks. That would have been cool. Yeah, but it's a nice little added detail. He's got his clicker on it on his belt. But yeah, you can see like the back of his shirt is pretty bare bones, but you're not really going to be seeing it with the vest on. They sculpted his watch onto his wrist, and it's like upside down as well. It's quite nice. But yeah, sculpting is really nice on this figure. You can even see like the hair looks amazing. It's really good. But yeah, onto his vest here. His vest is the best sculpted part out of this entire figure. It looks so good. Like, it looks like it's actually leather. And of course it's not. It's just rubber. You can see it's very, very maneuverable and pliable. But yeah, like, they painted all of the zippers as well. They didn't, like, skimp out and, just paint, like, the center zipper, and then that was it. No, like, every bit that should be painted is painted on this thing, and you can even see like on the back they put like a wash on it as well, um, to really give it that effect, and it looks really nice on the inside. It's you're not really going to be looking on the inside of it though. And as far as Owen goes, without his vest on, he looks okay. His arms are a little bit like too big for his body. Like, his body is a little too small. So I don't feel like Mattel intended for you to take it off. I think that this is just an added little thing that you could do, but they didn't, like, it's not like an intended thing. I mean, he looks okay without it. It's just that his arms look a little disproportionate. But yeah, and it's very easy to put it on and off. It's kind of like, putting a jacket on or a vest on in real life. Um, just bend your arms backwards and put it back on you. And then there you go. And he looks fantastic with the vest on. He looks amazing. Um, uh, since we're no, we'll get into that later. Paint work. The paint on this figure is really good. It is a lot better than Ian's. To be fair, Ian is wearing pretty much all black. And then, they painted his belt buckle and everything like that. But really, the only stuff that they had to paint was like his skin, and like his necklace, and that was pretty much it, and his belt buckle. But with this figure, I mean, they probably still didn't have to paint much. Of course, the vest, they put like a wash or something over it, so it looks really good. But they also did like a dry brushing on his pants to kind of bring out the detail, which really looks really nice. It's like it looks like it's either yeah, I think it's like a dark gray. But yeah. Also, this figure is a lot more matte. It's not matte enough, but it's not as glossy as the Ian figure, which is really nice. Again, it feels like better quality than that figure. But yeah, like, most of the stuff they didn't have to paint because, it's just all molded plastic. But, they did paint, like, his belt on him, which looks really nice. And, yeah, and of course, I talked about the zippers on his vest are all painted. His belt buckle is painted. They did a dry brushing on his pants and everything. They didn't. Well, it almost looks like they did, but I don't think so. You can. Yeah, they kind of like defined his abs through his shirt. You can't really tell, but yeah, like if you have it in person, like it feels like they defined his abs, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so let's get into articulation. So head can go about that far down. Oh yeah, and regarding face paint, it's all fine. You know, nothing seems out of place. But yeah, I can go that far down, that far up. Can't really move side to side, or tilt side to side, I suppose. But it can move full 360 all the way around, and it looks really good. Very, very nice. Then his arms can go out about that far. About that far, so you can get him T-posing. And of course, full 360 rotation on his arms. Elbows can go up about that far, down about that far, twist all the way around. His hands can go up, down, all the way around. And that's for all four of his hands as well. Ab crunch, or yeah, ball joint. So get a lot of good movement out of that. Go pretty far back, forward, and stuff like that. And then he has a waist swivel as well. So go all the way around. Pants are legs go out, so you can get that classic Mattel human figure splits. And then, of course, they can go forward about that far. Would really like a motorcycle, or just vehicles in general, in the Amber Collection would be really nice. And then, down, back about that far. Then he has a thigh swivel, so swivel up. And then he has a double jointed knee. He has double jointed knees. So that's pretty cool. And then his feet can move a lot better than Ian's feet could. But yeah, they can go forward, back, all the way around. Can't really go side to side, but yeah. It is kind of, it feels like really loose, but yeah. It's fine. Um, so yeah, there's your articulation. Standard Amber Collection articulation. So yeah. Speaking of accessories, I didn't say accessories at all. You of course have his knife, which I specified earlier. It's molded in a brown plastic, and then they painted the blade silver, and then of course you can, as you saw earlier, put it into the knife holder, which is really cool. So yeah. Oh yeah, and speaking of the knife, he actually comes with 2 sets of knife-wielding hands. So both of these, either of these hands, you can put the knife in. And it goes in there fairly well. You know, you just kind of slide it in. And there you go. Now you can have Owen holding his knife. So yeah, and again, it goes into both hands. Yeah. And speaking of hands, it comes with a second set of hands. So you can just pop these hands off, and then put on his second set of hands, like so. And he has just a kind of semi-open, just kind of like walking hand. I don't know. And then of course he has that iconic, you know, like stand down type hand. So you could, if you wanted to, reenact that scene with Blue, that now iconic scene at this point, with Blue, which is pretty cool. So you know, get him on his pedestal, like so, and yeah, you can kind of get him in there, and then of course we have Blue, like so. Then you can kind of have that, and it looks really nice as well. Review for this lovely lady will be up soon. I think that these are the scheduled reviews. So next Friday it's gonna be Blue. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, really nice figure. I love this figure. This is so much better than the Ian Malcolm figure. Like, yeah, it's weird, but it really is a lot better, I think, than the Ian figure. Yeah, for actually, you know what? Size comparisons I haven't done yet. Here he is with Blue. Very nice, very nice sizing. It's accurate to the film. And then here he is with Delta in a more dynamic pose, but you get the idea. They're the same figure, so you know. But yeah, I guess out of a rating, yeah, I'm just gonna give it a random rating now because I used to do ratings, I think, for these things. So rating out of 10, I would give this figure a solid 7.58. Yeah, 7.58-ish rating. It's a really good figure. I think it's definitely worth like $20. Yeah, I mean, you get the knife, you get the vest, I suppose. You get a second pair of hands. You know, if you have Blue, you have to have O, right? But yeah, really, really good figure. This is probably the best Chris Pratt figure that Mattel has done. I love the 3 3/4 inch figures, but you know, this is that, but you know, better, and it's an accurate Fallen Kingdom Owen. I mean, you know, there are accurate Fallen Kingdom Owens. It's just that, you know, the one that's like Owen, you know, with like the vest and everything is all like he's all like torn up and things. So yeah, but yeah, really like this figure. I am very happy that I got it. I've been having a really fun time with this like Amber Collection shopping spree that I've been going on. I planned to do a Camp Cretaceous shopping spree, but I ended up doing an Amber Collection one. So yeah, so you know I got Ian, and then you know I got Delta, and then you know Owen and Blue followed suit. Sweet, whatever the saying is. But yeah, if you like this review, then leave a like, subscribe, post notifications, all that other stuff. Leave a comment letting me know if you have this figure, or if you don't, why haven't you got it yet? You know, anything like that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.